Hey everyone, welcome to the third part of this tutorial series where we'll be texturing a tuk-tuk. Let's start by adding a new folder and mask out the battery geometry. Now drag this material iron raw damaged. Let's set it to triplanar, change its scale and adjust the roughness. We will also need this material, steel rust and wear. Set its color to a dark gray, set it also to triplanar and adjust the scale. You can also play with the dirt attributes. Adding a black mask and selecting the parts that will have this darker material, the sides and the knobs. Let's copy the rust layer from the chrome group, set it to triplanar, adjust the scale, and finally decrease the global balance to remove some of the effect. Now adding a new fill layer along with a black mask and also adjusting its color close to white. Let's look for the part where we will need to project a texture and focus the UV view there. Switch to the projection tool and look for the battery texture, and let's drag it to the projection properties. Finally, just paint out the texture with a basic brush. Okay, that's the battery done. Alright, selecting the chrome folder mask, let's add part of the suspension with the polygon fill tool. Let's duplicate the chrome folder, clear the mask and add the new objects to the mask. I am happy with the result of some parts, but the ornaments closer to the seats are a bit too rusty, so let's duplicate the chrome folder again and select those parts that are too rusty. Select the rust mask editor and remove some of the effect with the global balance attribute. Okay, now let's focus on the rims, starting by removing it from the tires folder. Create a new folder and add this smart material aluminum brushed worn. We also need to create the associated mask. Selecting the rims, you might need to switch between UV chunk and mesh fill tools. Let's take the time to adjust some of the material attributes like the color, roughness and the texture overlay scale. It's always a good idea to set to triplanar if your UVs are not the best. Now we need a new material to add some wear. In this case we'll use steel rust and wear. Change its color and add a black mask. Okay, adding a generator, the mask edge wear. And we don't need to change much here, just set it to triplanar and adjust the wear level. Let's add a paint layer and remove some of the effect around the holes, so it doesn't look as procedural. Moving on, let's create a new folder and mask out this particular part, where we'll just add a smart material. Take the time to adjust some of the colors and attributes like roughness. And finally add a paint layer to remove some of the effect around the hard edges. Okay, now we'll create a material for the suspension bottom part. Just like before, create a folder and mask out the desired parts. Let's copy the smart material from the red metal and paste it inside the new folder. Just take the time to change the colors and adjust some of the attributes. Finally, add a paint layer, since you might need to remove some of the procedural effects. Alright, let's export out the textures using the template we created in part 1 of this tutorial series, and go to Maya to check our progress. Let's just do a render. We don't need to reload the textures, you simply close the render view and open again, and it will recreate the TX files again. Okay, this is our result so far, and where we will end this part. And in the next and final chapter, we will look into the glass shader setup in Substance and Maya. Let me know what you think, and if you like this video, I'll see you in the final part of this series. Thank you, bye bye.